The reason I started my business was because I started to play golf and I realised that I got very injured very quickly and I was creating a fundamental swing fault. And even though I went to and got lots of lessons, they weren't able to tell me what the problem was. I looked around at the time for a gym program that could help and I recognised that there wasn't one around, and therefore I had the idea of setting this up. The reason I started my business was because I could identify a need. But the reason I contacted the NEIS program was because I didn't feel confident enough to do it by myself. And I needed support. And what MTC were offering was that support system. I thought the training was great, actually, because it went through each and every area of business. For example, we had a look at whether we should register for GST and the benefits of registering for GST. We also had a look at company structure and why we would become a company or why we would become a sole trader. So it was really informative. The other thing I think that it helped to do was you met with other people who were in the same situation as yourself. And that was really encouraging because you started to move together with your idea. And I thought it was just an incredible program. And I had no confidence, actually, when I first came to see Kath. I couldn't even look at her with my idea. I just had this book on golf fitness and kept my head down. So the NEIS program instills that confidence because it trains you, first of all. You also have a very good mentor to work with. And that support you just can't pay for, you know, it's incredible. It was a great meeting, but I really wanted to get it. So you're trying to make an impression, but realizing that you don't have any self-confidence, and you're trying to convince that person to take you on. And so for the next couple of, Kath actually asked me if I could go and get a letter of support from the ladies at the Lakes Golf Club. So I certainly did that because I was very, very keen to get in the program. I actually had a business myself 10 years ago, and one of the points I identified was I didn't have enough understanding of a back office system, and I had nobody to actually talk to when problems arose. The support I got was incredible. And I remember when I finished the program, she said one thing to me: the support doesn't end here. And I have since been in touch with Kath, which I'm very grateful for, because it's having that person you can bounce ideas off. And at the very beginning you need that, you know, that it's not that easy to start a business. You need to surround yourself with the team of people that will help you through it. And it's only now that I'm starting to understand the particular demographic that I want to deal with. And also realize that there's a lot of sharks out there. If you align yourself with a program such as NEIS, where you're supported by a team of people who will advise you this, that and the other thing, it makes a huge difference to whether your business succeeds or not. For me, the NEIS program provided a stability, an opportunity to learn, but to feel that I had a group of people working with my business to help my business to succeed. There is no way that I could have done any of this without Kath. There is no way. Like, the advice she gave me is priceless. It's absolutely priceless. And I think, I remember saying something to Kath at the very beginning, that this is life-changing, and it has been life-changing to me. I have grown as a person and developed as a person incredibly because of the NEIS program.
Where she was either saying or wanted to say, do you really think I can do this? And I thought so. I thought she had a germ of an idea that could be developed into a true niche market. And she's made a journey along here. But yes, we went round some corners and went round in circles and regrouped a number of times. And then, of course, after the first year on NEIS, she was doing this on her own. But now she's arrived at the exact statement that she made in the first place. And that in 2 years is pretty amazing.
I actually think it's vital that they do a program like this, because MTC, it's a support system all the way through. I've said that before, that they're not running the business by themselves. And the first year in business is very, very hard. You go through an awful lot of self-doubt. it's hard. And to have your mentor there at the end of the phone is really encouraging. And MTC, I believe, does that really well.